Hey y'all, my name is Marsai Martin, and I want to welcome you to our incredible show, SheEO, presented by Walmart. The title is a play on CEO, the acronym of Chief Executive Officer. That, of course, we mixed in with the word she, because around here, we think fierce women, and especially powerful women of color, should be profiled, lifted up, and listened to for their advice, their wisdom, and the inspiration that they bring. And you know, being a SheEO myself, I might just have some things to add and some questions of my own for these wonderful ladies. And speaking of which, we have none other than the incredible business-owning mavens of Luna Magic, co-founders Mabel and Shaira Frías. Mabel is an entrepreneur, a retail strategist in the field of fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. And you know, have worked with some amazing household name brands. And listen, well, Shaira is an entrepreneur, professional makeup artist, and a former journalist who's been in the works and have appeared on NY1, Fox News Latino, and Mundo Hispanico. And together, they co-founded Luna Magic in 2019, a powerful beauty brand with the goal of being more inclusive for everyone, not just Afro-Latina women. Come to the stage, Mabel and Shaira. Welcome to SheEO by Walmart. Hi.
Mucho gusto.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Hello, hello.
So happy to be here.
All right. We are so happy to have you. Like, we are really, really excited. So I just want to know, what's your background? Where you from? And, you know, what really got you started?
Yeah, so we are from Dominican American parents. We grew up in New York City. We now live in Los Angeles, California. And the best way to describe our upbringing is an amazing melting pot of cultures, languages, just textures. And we're just so excited to bring all of that inspiration into Luna Magic.
That's amazing. That's so sweet. I mean, I want to know, because y'all are co-founders, what made you guys want to work together in this way?
I think growing up, obviously, as sisters, we always knew we wanted to do something together.
Mm-hmm.
We were just trying to figure out exactly what it was. And as my sister was in corporate America, I was a journalist, but then I decided to pivot over to makeup school.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized that that was where my passion was. So my sister and I were like, you know, let's do something that we're actually passionate about.
And, you know, we drew a lot of inspiration from the women in our family. Like, our mother and grandmother had a healing store, and we would help them with restocking the candles and, you know, having customer service and running the register. So those were early memories of seeing women, at least in our family, in decision-making positions, and us growing up to now have our version of that American dream. So we feel really fortunate.
I think seeing the women in our family just being independent since we were little girls, that's what drove us to do our own thing. We're like, wow, every day I see my grandma just going to her store, opening her store. My mom was the cashier. So we just saw that drive going up. So we're like, you know, we need to do something for ourselves.
Right.
Yes, and our grandmother to this day is like our mentor to us. She tells us things like, para atrás ni para coger impulso. Never look back, not even for a pulse or an instant.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, okay, so y'all also are inspired by Celia Cruz.
Yes.
Celia.
Yes, can you tell us more about that?
I mean, growing up in an Afro-Latina, you know, world in our culture, we didn't see a lot of us on TV.
Yeah.
So she was like the first person that we're like, wow, she looks like us.
Mm-hmm.
So I just grew up looking at her and saying, hey, if she can make it and do something, you know, even though she's Afro-Latina minority within the Latin or Black diaspora,
Mm-hmm.
I can do something too. So she was a huge inspiration growing up.
Exactly. And to me, Celia Cruz resembled a lot my mother. My mother was chocolate skin. My mother, there's a song, La Negra Tiene Tumbao, like that Black woman just has that swing.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom was always well put together, makeup, hair, nails, outfit. And Celia Cruz was like the mainstream media of that manifestation. But I know that as in the same way that we were inspired, my mother was inspired, my grandmother was inspired, because she was in a way controversial, right? Coming out with these crazy colors and these outfits and so fully expressed. So definitely an icon, a beauty icon for us.
And it seems like y'all had so much inspiration from so many places,
Yes.
Which is beautiful. But how did you put that into your actual work, your products, the things that you were presenting out to the world? Like, how did you put that creativity and spill it all in one piece?
We grew up, going to the Caribbean, going to Dominican Republic, seeing all those vibrant colors, the culture, the music, the food, all of that. I think we brainstorm and we're like, how can we translate all of that into our packaging, into our products, into our marketing? And I think you can see it. All of our products are beautiful, vibrant colors. And that's what drives, the audience to buy our products.
Exactly. And for us, it was like we were always very intentional with the name of the brand. The Luna is moon in Spanish. Magic is magic in English, so Spanglish in a way. We were also very intentional with the color names. Salud, dinero y amor, reggaeton, banda y salsa. So if you look at like really closely to everything that we do, from a branding, the copy, social media, and packaging, it's a truest manifestation of all the things that we're inspired by.
And I think in the beginning, when we started our brand, we were literally behind the computer. We just was like, okay, we just want to be behind the computer. And then when we realized that girls used to write to us and they used to say, I'm so inspired by you. How did you make it? How did you make it? Oh my God, I see you guys in us. How can we get there? And we're like, oh my God, this is bigger than we thought. This is not a product. This is not a brand. This is inspiration and hope for other girls that look like us.
I love that. And I want to talk more about back to the family aspect of it all. I mean, you guys are sisters. I want to know, was there any signs that you guys have when it comes to these nerve-wracking rooms that you guys are in to make sure you guys are both good? Or do you guys talk after? Like, I want to know, like, how
the dynamic.
The dynamic is preparation. So I think for us to show up in these rooms, fully express as ourselves, has actually been one of our superpowers, right? We're not pretending to be Afro-Latinas. We're not pretending anything. When you look at Luna Magic compared to the bigger brands, they don't have a real founder behind them. So what makes us special is that we get to talk to anybody who's willing to listen to us. This is why we started. We even show them photos of the early days of like packing orders from my sister's warehouse. I mean, from garage.
My garage.
She was our first. It was our first warehouse. So I think those human interest stories is what gets us in the rooms and makes us feel comfortable, and just to be honest about what the vision is and how we can delight customers more than anything. Because for us, we're in the business of delighting customers. If we make our customers happy, we're happy.
With you guys being family, not everything is all cute, sweet, success.
Right.
So I want to know, what were some of the challenges that you guys had to go through as family to make sure y'all's voices were heard?
I think growing up, we understood that we were two different people. Like, we grew up in the same household, same mom, same dad, but our personalities are different. So when we understood that as an adult, and as an adult within our business, I feel like things got better. And just respecting and saying, okay, Mabel, we're not 5 years old. This is a business decision. Let's put on our businesswoman hat. And then after 5 o'clock, we can, have the argument as sisters.
Well, that's mutual, right? Because I think there's instances we learn as the business has scaled, we both have had different things that make us feel uncomfortable, right? Because we're growing so fast, right? So I think the communication has been key. The sometimes understanding to know that the difference is actually what makes it powerful. But how do we push each other to communicate, right? Because the challenges that we're having are actually very unique to us. Like, we're in Walmart, the largest retailer in the United States and one of the biggest companies in the world. We're the first women in our families to do something of this magnitude. So we've learned to also give ourselves a little bit of grace. Every day, every moment, every milestone, and keep the communication as open as possible, because again, it's not only about us, it's about all the other women and people that are watching us.
I absolutely love that, for sure. And for me, I have a production company with my parents. So, they're my coworkers. So I get how it is to work with family. Well, I mean, the challenges also, every co-founder has its challenges, but also you're an Afro-Latina woman. So what came with that?
I personally think it's our secret sauce. I think that the way we show up to the room is like we could be this, that, or everything all at the same time. And to us, it's actually helped us differentiate our brand. It's growing, this Afro-Latinidad, it's growing. I mean, the world is becoming a lot more multicultural. People are mixing. And for us, I remember when we were growing up, it was always a superpower. We would always like mix it up, and we were battling kids in the playground in Spanish. Ay, el viene, you know, like, so we always used even our language as like a way to have an internal dialogue with each other. But what it means for business is just representation, right? Really showing that the Black diaspora is expansive, is diverse. Everything from hair colors, textures, even though we come from the same family, genetically, we look different. And we are excited to kind of champion Afro-Latinidad in a way that's intentional through beauty.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, how important is representation on your team, like the crew side? Because obviously, listen, having a big company, I know it's hard to do it alone. Like, how important is representation in that regard?
Our team, we like to say we're the underdogs. We're like the underdogs. We like to hire people who are hungry. People who came from our community, people who have our own background, because maybe you don't have the resume, but you're hungry to go to the next level. Those are our employees.
Yes, and people that just want to win, like, you know, that they see us and they're inspired and they want to contribute to that, you know, North Star of building the next, you know, billion-dollar makeup company.
Facts. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, powerful women inside and out. I got you. So also, I mean, to get to the point where y'all's brand is today, what were the challenges of the no's that you were getting? Because I know it was probably, you know, some paths y'all had to take.
Thankfully, we eat no's for breakfast.
Literally. Because of our grandma. I feel like because of our grandma, since we were little, she was like, no, that doesn't mean anything. Knock on the next door.
7 more doors.
Exactly.
It means it may not be the right one or timing. You know, for us, no is about grace, patience. No, it's about feedback, right? Like listening to what's in between the lines. And sometimes no is redirection.
Timing is everything.
Timing is everything. So we've learned to just weave, ebb and flow with what's meant to be. And never, you can never underestimate being over-prepared.
Can you tell us a story of a certain challenge that really turned you guys to the person y'all are today?
One story, I wouldn't say it's a challenge per se, but we were on Shark Tank and we were pitching our business on national television. And I remember when we were first early on, we're like, why do we think we belong there? We were looking at each other like with this idea of like, you know, like underdog with, which it wasn't really like us. But I think what I loved about that experience is how my sister and I have this thing where we can't be down at the same time. When she's up, I'm down. When I'm up, she's down, but never at the same time. But always up at the same time, right? We have these guardrails around and pushing each other and knowing each other well enough to be like, okay, you're frustrated, but what is the real undercurrent about that? But I say that was a challenge because we had to really pitch our business on a national scale. We had to, the first time that we had been on doing so on national television, I mean, we were like, are we embarrassing ourselves? Are we ready? Is this the right moment? And thankfully, you know, we went on air with the story of we're launching in Walmart, our first retailer. Oh my God, we're launching soon. Can you help us? You know what I mean? And it was such a great moment because even the buyers were like texting us, not texting us, but like LinkedIn and all these things, like the excitement that was generated. So it was challenging because it was the first time that we've done something in that magnitude, but it was worth it because we partnered together to get through it and walk away with a deal offer.
I wanted to ask, how has it been, because you guys started in 2019.
Yes.
Which wasn't that long ago, but there has been some journey, some things have grown in the beauty industry. But how has that been for you guys to watch it evolve in this way?
I think the evolution is contingent on great partnership. And for us, Walmart has been an amazing partner. I think that their commitment to serving communities of color, their commitment to understanding that we're women of color driving this brand has been just instrumental in helping us navigate all the hurdles that come with launching in retail. I mean, it's no easy feat to get your products manufactured overseas into our warehouse, packaged all nicely. It goes into a mystical truck. The truck flows through some more warehouses, and then it hits the shelf. It takes incredible partnership from our company, Walmart, and everybody in between to do all this magic. So we're just so grateful that we chose one of the best retailers in the world to go on that journey with us. because if with no adequate partnership, I mean, it could have broken our business.
So they changed your life in a way.
1,000,000%.
Yes.
Walmart put us on the map.
Absolutely. And I feel like it was great timing in terms of when we approached them.
Yes.
And, you know, the people that we were connected to understood our vision. They knew what we were trying to do, how we were trying to do something for our community.
I love that. Shout out to you, Walmart. Okay. Okay. I love that. All right. So that leans into my next question, because I wanted to know what other advice or even steps that you would tell just women of color, even your daughter, like how to get started if they want to be in this position.
I think in life you have to learn how to trust yourself and believe in yourself. I know it's cliche and a lot of people say that, but it's really true.
Yeah.
You have to really understand your why, your North Star, and then you have to align people, places, and things that make you happy in that process. And sometimes it's not like an easy thing to do. I mean, at my age, I'm still learning what that means for me. It's an always evolving thing, but it's usually the answer is in your gut. It's just sometimes we silence it, or no, I didn't mean that, or no, I didn't feel that. So for my daughters, around intuition and believing in your vision. You know, it's your vision, meaning a lot of people won't understand it.
Yeah.
A lot of people won't even, you're living in a different planet, but as long as it's real to you and you're patient and you're kind, you can make your dreams come true.
Absolutely.
And I think for me, what I've seen in our community is having the understanding that you have to be prepared for when the opportunity comes to you. As a CEO, understand that you're never going to feel prepared. You're never going to feel like you have everything together, but I think you should just do it. Just do it, move forward. Because when we went on Shark Tank, we didn't feel prepared. We thought we're like, oh my God, we're biting too much. But that's what changed our whole entire business. So you're never going to feel prepared. Just go through the door and just do it.
And that is beautiful. And I want to know, like, what's next? What is next for you guys? And what will you guys do to continue to support y'all's culture?
You know, for us, the future is bright. Our success is the success of our customers, our employees, and partners like Walmart, right? It's an ecosystem, right? If everyone is doing their part, it creates opportunities for Luna Magic to exist. You know, for us, we're inspiring people to dream big, right? We're two girls from Washington Heights, okay? And now we're living our wildest dreams. So we don't take that responsibility lightly at all.
And y'all are doing it together, which is the
Together,
most
yes.
beautiful thing in the world. The biggest supporters, you know, the ones to tell you the real.
Yeah.
I feel like this year, I told my sister that this year I'm literally smelling the roses, because we've been on the go, go, go so much, building the business, that we haven't really noticed how fast we're growing. So this year's the year of taking it all in and saying, here's a pat on the back.
On the back.
Exactly.
Yes.
You're doing great.
Yes, you're doing good, sweetie. You're doing amazing.
And we're just getting started.
Y'all, it's just, well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all for coming, and I just want to give you guys grace, the year of grace.
Thank you, your year of grace.
Yes.
Muchas gracias, muchas gracias.
Yes.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Yes, you're doing amazing, sweetie. Sweet. Mabel and Shaira once dreamed of seeing more women like them in beauty stores, and today they have their own beauty brand. Talk about incredible. Chatting with them was inspiring, exciting, and it goes to show the power of planning your dreams with love and the attention to detail. Listen, it's amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and make sure you check out all of our other SheEO episodes presented by Walmart.